Welcome to CSL TV. I just hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is just a review, a reaction, as well as informational channel. You know what I'm saying? So the information part can help you or someone out. And we're going to watch some videos and talk about them. Now, for the folks that's been rocking with me, I just got to say thank you so much for rocking with me, because you could have been somewhere else, but you're rocking with CSL TV, and I appreciate you more than you think, as well as in those that's been commenting down below, because you know what I'm saying, it helped me look at things differently. And I always admire good comments, not negative comments. But I don't want to make these intros too long, so let's get it.
A 28-year-old woman has been arrested after allegedly posing as a high school student. Her mom was also arrested. On documents, she said she was 17, and cops say she attended the school for a whole year.
She was not a disciplinary problem. She violated no laws in the community that we had to deal with her. As far as we know, she did nothing inappropriate at all, merely attended school.
The two thought it would be a good way for the 28-year-old to learn English. The school received a tip, and police arrested her and her mom for injuring public records.
When times are tough, people turn to desperate measures, but few have ever been quite as desperate as her. What started out as just another day at work for this woman quickly turned mortifying as her boss called police officers to her job to speak to her about allegations that she was stealing money.
Hey, how you doing?
Damn, her boss called the police on her. Said we got some theft going on.
How you doing? Castleberry Police Department.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm here today is because we got a call in reference to something. I was wondering if we could talk to you for a second. Hey, you go ahead and show us.
When the officers asked if she knew why they might be there for her, she quickly confessed that she was aware of theft accusations.
I was accused of stealing money at a party.
However, she claimed that she wasn't stealing at the party, but was in fact just looking for a tampon.
All I was doing was trying to look for a tampon. I thought I started my period, and I had moved this girl's bag.
But as it turned out, the theft accusations she was referencing weren't even why the police were there for her. Instead, they were there because her boss had set a trap to catch her red-handed in the act of stealing funds from the office.
One of your other coworkers has advised us that they left a certain amount of dollars, very identifying marks on that.
It's about now that she really began to sweat. The officers reminded her that honesty is always the best policy, and her response was,
I did do it.
and while her honesty is commendable, this did little to help the situation. Having already thoroughly painted herself into a corner, she took to once again trying to garner sympathy from the officers.
I'm having some issues with money right now.
However, her casual confession of stealing some bills to try and help pay her bills does little to convey the gravity of her extensive crimes. This woman, a resident of Castleberry...
Mornings can be hard. 3 little words can make them harder.
My tummy hurts.
Pepto Kids gummies help relieve occasional tummy issues.
Florida, had actually stolen over $25,000 from her place of employment over the course of several months. And while she claims that all of the illegally obtained cash was used to help her out of dire financial straits, that could not be further from the truth. In fact, what initially tipped her boss off that this worker might be the culprit she was looking for was the fact that this woman had suddenly been coming in with new Gucci purses and driving a brand new car. This was around the time that the business owner devised a plan of her own to catch the thief, subtly writing small J's on several of the largest bills in their inventory. This, along with the receipts which the owner had kept, which dictated precisely who had been in the cash drawers at what time, swiftly revealed this woman to be the culprit, and the boss's clever scheme helped to make the entire story go viral. When the officers eventually searched the woman's new Louis Vuitton purse, they found multiple $100 bills with the business owner's subtle J markings on them, and the case was as good as closed. The officers proceeded to speak to the woman and her boss as they walked through all of the contents of her fancy new purse, discerning what did and did not legally belong to her.
Does this belong to you?
The $5 that was given to me from her.
I have her money for coffee, the 5 singles.
Oh, yes. Hey, that's nice.
This worker was milking everyone involved dry long before the cops showed up. She was taking advantage of her boss both to her face by openly asking for money
I'm having some issues with money right now.
and simultaneously stealing from the register behind her back, all to fund extravagant new purchases she didn't even have the modesty to hide.
Bro, so she up here asking everybody for money? And then her boss did those little J's and shit like that, like put them J's in there, and she kept all them hundreds with them J's on it. Didn't even pay attention to the money. She's so into herself that she got trapped up and caught up, you feel me? So now she up here like, dang, what am I supposed to do now? Well, you about to go down because they about to prosecute you. And she said over 25,000, so that means they about to really prosecute her, you know, buying all them expenses and expensive things and stuff.
This story out of South Carolina is tragic. This is Natalie Martin, an 18-year-old from a small rural community in Ohio who loved to hunt and fish and could reportedly, quote, gut and skin a deer better than most grown men. She graduated from high school in May and soon after went on a trip to Myrtle Beach to celebrate with friends, including Blake Linkus, her 18-year-old ex-boyfriend. But last week, in the middle of their vacation, things took a dark turn. Police were dispatched to a rental apartment where Natalie was found dead. According to police, she was allegedly strangled to death by Blake. Police haven't said yet what led to this happening, but friends say Natalie and Blake dated for several years but recently broke up. A friend of Natalie's has since set up a GoFundMe to cover funeral expenses, and she's so far raised over $31,000. Blake was arrested last week and charged with murder, and police are still investigating everything that went down. Rest in peace, Natalie.
Man, shout out to Angie over at Notice News, but this is sad, man. What's wrong with these losers killing women? You know what I'm saying? If y'all relationship didn't work out, y'all decide to go y'all ways, y'all not together, y'all are ex for a reason, and then she decide to be cool, however fuck this shit played out, decide to still be friends and to do things together, and you decide to strangle her. What, you seen her talking to another guy or something? My boy, she's single, you were ex, you were friends. For some crazy reason, she wanted you to go along with her on this vacation trip, and your little cowardly ass did this weak ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but this is it irks my nerves to hear about weak people like this, you know. So y'all just be careful out there who you get involved with and who you deal with.